The two brothers were both reborn at the same time. The younger brother married the poor rural girl first, leaving the rich girl for his older brother. This was because, in their previous life, after the younger brother entered the wealthy Sioux family, he not only faced humiliation from his father-in-law, but also never got any respect from the rich girl. He was driven crazy by the rich girl and her childhood friend. Eventually, after the Sioux family went bankrupt, he ended up on the streets. Meanwhile, the rural girl he had once despised married his brother, and became a female CEO in the world's top 100. His older brother easily started living a wealthy life. The younger brother was selling rat poison. He pulled out a knife and charged toward his brother in the crowd. After a fierce struggle, both brothers ended up dead. When the older brother opened his eyes again, he realized he had been reborn to the day 3 years earlier, when his parents forced him to give up the rich girl for his younger brother. Remembering the tragic end of his previous life, he firmly rejected his parents' request. Just then, his younger brother ran in and said he was going to marry the rural girl. Upon hearing this, the older brother suspected that his younger brother had also been reborn, because, in their previous life, the younger brother had despised the rural girl. The younger brother thought the rural girl would become a female CEO in the future. But what he didn't know was that it was actually his older brother who had secretly supported her. The younger brother knew the rich girl had a bad temper, and mocked his older brother, saying he would suffer endlessly after marriage. He also laughed, thinking the Sioux family would go bankrupt in 3 years. The older brother, upon hearing this, knocked his younger brother to the ground, saying he wasn't qualified to comment on the Sioux family. Coincidentally, the housekeeper of the Sioux family overheard this and passed the words on to the rich man. The rich man was pleased with the son-in-law's attitude, and ordered the housekeeper to send him some valuable gifts. The next day, both brothers arrived at the hotel to pick up their brides. When they saw the older brother's cheap car, everyone mocked him for not being favored by his parents. Just then, a few luxury cars from the rich family arrived to give the older brother some face. Everyone was shocked. Additionally, the older brother received many valuable gifts. The younger brother couldn't believe it, because in their previous life, when he married the rich girl, he had to kneel outside the door for an hour before being allowed to enter the hotel. Seeing how splendidly his older brother was treated now, the younger brother thought that, after the Sioux family's bankruptcy in 3 years, his brother would end up on the streets, while his wife would become a female CEO. At that point, the younger brother believed he would also live a prosperous life, but the reality was different from what he imagined. In their previous life, when the younger brother entered the Sioux family, he had complained that the red envelope the rich man gave him was too small, and not only did he get slapped, but was also forced to kneel for a day. On their wedding night, he was verbally abused by the rich girl, who even tried to send him to the guest room to sleep. He learned that the rich girl was in love with her childhood friend, and he angrily wanted to take action, but was slapped by the rich man and told to leave the room. The next day, he saw the rich girl and her childhood friend in a close relationship. He could only criticize them a little before being humiliated, because he was just the Sioux family's son-in-law and had no status. He had no right to stand up for himself. In contrast, in this life, when the older brother entered the Sioux family, he only brought $200,000 as a dowry, but he knew how to maintain the Sioux family's face in public. The rich man was very pleased with him, and gave him a family heirloom jade ring as a token of their first meeting.